Welcome to the Sterling Trading Tech Roundtable video series. My name is Andrew Actman. I'm the Managing Director of Business Development at Sterling Trading Tech. As a global provider of trading and compliance solutions, we thought it was important during this time to continue to have industry conversations. And this roundtable will be focused on digital currency trends. And I'm very excited to have with us a close friend of mine who we've worked together for many years, the CEO of Voyager, one of the largest growing crypto apps on the market, and we'll get his insight into what's going on in the crypto space. So thank you, Steve, for joining us, and tell us a little bit about your background.
Thanks for having me, Andrew. It's always good to effectively come back home and speak to you. You're right. We worked together for years, and as probably many of your listeners know and viewers know, that you and I built Lightspeed way back in the day. After years of doing API brokerage, after I had left Lightspeed, I wound up starting Voyager Digital with my co-founders. Most prominent out of the co-founder is Oscar Salazar. He was the founding CTO of some small company named Uber. Built the very first Uber app.
Just a small company.
Tiny, just a couple $1 million market cap. So we got together and we wound up, building Voyager and putting Voyager together as we saw an opportunity to really bring a Lightspeed-like, a Robinhood-like app to the market to allow people to trade 50 plus cryptocurrencies, earn interest, and really a really consumer-friendly digital asset product. And it's taken off. I mean, we've in 12 months, we've gone from 5 million of customer assets to about 165 now. And we're growing, looking to expand into Canada and Europe in the next 6 months as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's interesting. You mentioned, the Robinhoods and some big retail brokers like Lightspeed. Are you seeing increases in your overall market share simply related to COVID and the elections? Or was there always this gradual increase and this sort of time kicked it up? What has the trend been for you guys?
It was growing from, November, December of last year when we introduced interest on crypto, as well as being able to trade all these coins. So effectively, people earn 5.5% on Bitcoin and 8.5% on USDC coin, and interest on 20 other coins, while they can also trade it at the same time. So we started to see an uptick. March came around, COVID came around. We saw an increased uptick from there. But then really I think what puts crypto on the map is what's happened in the last 60 days is PayPal has entered. Paul Tudor Jones has said, I'm buying crypto. I saw something else today that I think Mass Mutual is buying $100 million of Bitcoin. So people are starting to use, to buy some as a hedge. It's really becoming the digital gold. And a lot of high net worth individuals are opening accounts with us to get out of gold and put it into Bitcoin or some of the other cryptos. And so I think you have all convergence of all these trends of COVID, tons of money by the government poured into the economy and devaluing the dollar, and therefore everyone just flocking to like something else besides the typical stocks and cash. And they're like Bitcoin, crypto, Ethereum, USDC. That's where they've all come. So we've been lucky enough to be ready to take part in that. Companies always, survive or die based upon if they're ready to seize the opportunities when given to them. We've been lucky enough and did the work to be able to seize the opportunity when it came.
Well, so question there then, like back in the day with the active trading or day trading, people viewed downwardly upon those individuals. So sort of that's one. And then all of a sudden, there became success stories, there became education around it, it became more commonplace. And I think one of the things with crypto, and I don't have it from yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the other day, there was that, that terrible story of I think it was one of the guys was, arrested for fraud or whatever the case may be, but you've seen that as commonplace. So is that a struggle for you guys? And then secondarily, are you seeing more education in the space?
Really good questions. And so I do a lot of analysis to people, investors, customers, hearkening back to 1999, when the age of online brokerage and E-Trade came out, and I was there for that. And then our days at Lightspeed, when direct access and active trading was frowned upon, but there was a tremendous momentum over a 4 or 5 year period that really caused the adoption of active trading, where we were gaining customers left and right. Then it settled back in, and now we're back into the active trading segment. So I look at the same thing on crypto as you go through these peaks and valleys where something will happen. And there are, every business, there's bad people, and you get through those. But overall, the security in the industry is getting better and better and better. We do things where we fragment our security and our custody over multiple custodians. So I think people are starting to realize that there's a lot more to this than having all your coins in one place, and building an infrastructure that could work for mass scale. I mean, I just did an investor presentation today. The market cap on crypto is somewhere around 580 billion, and the market cap for gold is 9 trillion. And there are people like Anthony Pompliano, who's a real Bitcoin expert, says that we're going to pass gold market cap and Bitcoin by another 7 or 8 years. And so we're all building infrastructures to support that. And so you go through the ebbs and flows.
So then the other question is, people are trading equities, options, international markets. Your platform today is, crypto only. Full disclosure, Sterling has done an integration with Voyager where we offer crypto trading.
Yep.
We also offer it via your smart order router. But the question is, do you think your solution today, by just being crypto, is an advantage by not having sort of the other asset classes there? And then are the other folks who offer equities and options just going to go to compete so they don't lose their customer assets or balances or cash?
Well, I'll make the comparison again, going back to old school. Back in the late 90s, when you had Options Express and Thinkorswim, and all of a sudden those guys became billion-dollar companies because, the big guys, whether it's E-Trade, which is now Morgan Stanley, or Ameritrade, which is now part of Schwab, these guys get focused on other things, and eventually they don't necessarily build these products like crypto. They'll just buy something. It's just an easier entry point for them after it's been tried and tested. And that's what everybody did with on the option side. So for us, we're going to continue going deeper into the cryptocurrency. We have 55 coins, 22 with interest bearing. We're going to come out with a margin product by the end of second half of 2021. We're coming out with a debit card in March. We work with partners like you guys on Sterling because those who have the equities and options and futures and FX, it's an easy plug-in into our APIs, and now your customers can actually just add crypto and trade 24/7 rather than the static markets of the equity and the options. So, and then we'll add some equity stuff down the line where people can use crypto to trade into equities as well, because I think that's a core component of where we really want to go, is allowing people to use USDC and Bitcoin to buy Apple or Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it simpler. So my last question is really twofold. One is your user base, is it a millennial user base? I mean, you mentioned Robinhood earlier, right? So one would say, okay, millennial, that's the core user base, right? That's the first question. And then really to sort of close us off, where do you see crypto in 2, 3, 4 years? I mean, look, it's interesting for us, right? Because we're a tech provider. We want to make sure that we're prepared for other asset classes and other markets. And it's curious to know from somebody who's in it every day, kind of where you see that. So in closing, those are the two final questions from me.
All right, so deal with the customer base first. Our average age of a customer is 36. So it's kind of cusp of the millennials and the Gen Z. We get them both, and we get quite a few on both sides. I think we separate ourselves from Robinhood because we're deeper. Like Robinhood might offer 5 or 6 coins and no crypto transfers, no interest. And we go deeper because we're trying to create wealth for consumers on this. We're not all about trading. It's about 50-50 on our revenue, where 50% of our revenue is generated on trading and 50% on interest. So we've kind of got to the balance that E-Trade took 10, 15 years to get to.
Yeah.
And that's just from our experience. We're lot of us are XE traders, and we were there and helped turn that ship around from just pure trading commissions. And then where I see crypto going, look, we're seeing adoption every single day. We're having record days for ourselves, $1 million of cash coming on our platform every single day. And more people want a piece of this market. And it doesn't matter if you want to trade it or if you want to buy it, hold it, and take the upside down the line and earn interest along the way. I actually see this market probably, they talk about 9 trillion in 6-7 years. I see it bypassing gold probably in 3 to 4 years, because I think more and more people are interested, and there's more great projects out there, and Bitcoin's the lead, but boy, there's so many other projects that are actually taking hold. So it's huge opportunity for people.
Yeah, look, look, I think it's very impressive what you guys have done over Voyager.
Appreciate that.
It's exciting that, we're working together again. I would just say it would be great if you could get Voyager.com instead of Invest Voyager. So maybe you could buy that. But we appreciate you being at the Sterling Trading Tech Roundtable, and we wish you luck in the future.
Well, thanks. And I'll leave you with the last time I went and bought a really expensive website name. You did it for me. So yeah, yes, you did. And I remember that. So yeah, maybe I need you to come help me get the Voyager.com. But thanks for having me. Look forward to our partnership growing. It's always great to see you and work with you guys.
Thanks, Steve.